Oh shit, I done sent the wrong damn. It's cool, it's cool. Hola people. Hola people. Thank you, mamita. I appreciate it and I love you. Hey y'all. All right. So I am waiting on my co-host to tap in, but peace and blessings. And so, family, I am Nikiyah. Hi, your spiritual alchemist and your feminine awakening mentor. And today we are shining light on narcissism and the red flags that we ignore in ourselves. Okay? All right. Um, Tonight there's my co-host. All right. Here's my co-host, my cousin. I just introduced what we were doing. Tonight we are going to talk about how narcissism identifies their targets, the root of the red flags, why your inner child influences your relationships, how to stop attracting emotional predators, and how you take your power back. But I first want to say, hey to my cousin. This is my favorite cousin, y'all. Like my favorite male cousin ever. This this man is the man you can't sit next to in the funeral because you gonna be
Yeah.
laughing. Okay, you gonna be laughing. So this is that cousin. And definitely I love his opinion. I value his opinion because he actually we be having real deep ass discussions and stuff. So come on, cousin, let's have this deep discussion on live with everybody about narcissism.
Okay, I'm
I'm gonna
ready.
start off with say welcome and all that good stuff, and we gonna start.
I'm with it. Let's go.
All right. So, what narcissism really looks like: love bombing, future faking, hot and cold cycles, withholding love, control disguised as concern. Narcissistics, they mirror your dreams. Narcissism study you first. They become exactly who you need them to be until they get what they want. So this is some deep shit to talk. I mean, stuff to talk about. I can say that I am a victim and a doer. I'm gonna hold myself accountable on live. Cousin, go ahead.
I mean, in reality, we're all narcissists.
True,
People
true.
will oftentimes try to
Okay.
make their situation out to be different, but in reality, we're all narcissistic. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we all, at times, have very grandiose moments. We have these moments of entitlement, or you have this, you'll at some point showcase some lack of empathy towards others. There are
Mm-hmm.
11 traits according to the DSM for
Okay.
narcissism, and everyone embodies some of them. But
Facts.
for a person to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, that person has to hold at the very minimum 7 of them at once.
And then let's talk about it. That diagnosed. How many people
Mhm.
are actually going to go find out if they're diagnosed?
Very few, because people don't
Because
trust.
then it's gonna be the it's gonna go and be the what is it called? They're going to avoid and deny. I'm And then for you to make sure you're not a narcissist, you be able to hold yourself accountable. I can hold myself accountable and say, hey, you know what? I got some of these traits. I learned this. This happened. This was a learned behavior. Like, as a kid, we don't know. We learning. Your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your auntie, everybody. If everybody has some type of trait of narcissism because we're learning from the bloodline down,
Hmm.
think about it.
Hmm.
Mm.
I
All
ain't gonna
right, so huh? Let's talk about you're all right, Nikiyah.
get.
Let's oh my cousin. The truth about why you fell for it. Okay, so let's talk. This is the topic where I really want to see some questions down there or something that some people can tell me some things about themselves that they not want me to read out loud or we want to share.
Okay.
Um. All right. So the truth about why you fell for those red flags. Your red flags aren't failures; they are unhealed wounds. We're talking about childhood trauma,
Yeah.
being taught to earn love, ignoring your intuition, overgiving, wanting to save people, okay, while abandoning yourself and avoiding abandonment is
Hmm.
the biggest things for me. How many
Hmm.
times have you ran into people who've done that? And how many times have you done that you don't even know or you may know now looking back?
Um, I have always had a sense of individuality. I've always known how to maintain that individuality. And when I talk to people, the one thing that I often found to be consistent is that lack of self awareness.
Mm-hmm.
They've been see what people miss is a narcissist. One of the big things that they're going to use immediately, like they're going to always go for the manipulation. So they're going
Mm.
to love bomb the shit out of you at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going, oh, I love this, I love this, I love this, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Real quick, real sudden, and then they get further into the manipulation, and they try to use that because narcissists have this real need for validation. Okay, they use that love bombing earlier to disguise some of the traits, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
what it is that type of manipulation makes it hard for someone to see the what's really happening. Okay, so like, and this is actually going to answer your first question about why do people stay. Well, a lot of times it's hope because they were manipulated in the beginning of all of that love bombing. A lot of times they hope that that person will come back, will go back to that loving, caring person that they were at the beginning. Okay, but when in reality, that was never who that person was.
Okay. I want to stop you right there. Okay. Here we go.
Hmm.
Um, in being walking into a new life and walking into a new version of thyself,
Hmm.
everything that you described and said, cousin, we have our conversation, so I'm gonna say it right here, right now on the live. I've done it. I've done it, and I've had it happen to me subconsciously and consciously didn't know. until I had to really sit back and isolate and reflect on who am I showing up as when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to that situation. Not just putting the blame on what that other person did, like, and make it all about that. That
Yeah.
let me take accountability and say, how did I step into this too? Oh man, damn, I've done that. You hit a lot of topics. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So, how the inner child plays into the narcissistic relationships. Okay. Now, I
Mm.
want to hear this. In child wants safety, right? Your inner child wants safety. Your inner child wants approval. Your inner child doesn't know love from attention, and narcissists recreate parent wounds.
So I oftentimes hear people use the term, "I need to heal my inner child."
This is my whole page is my whole moon is about. So come on, let's talk about this.
Now, healing your inner child and healing your perspective of what you think your inner child is are
Mm-hmm.
two different things. The reason why is technically children don't really know what they want,
True.
because we don't know enough about the world to know what we really want. So there really is no way to heal the inner child. You can't go back and fix the past. The past has already happened. What you can do,
Uh,
hear me out. Because see, I tell people all the time, the only time that you actually have, of course, time is a construct as it is. Okay.
okay.
But the only time that we really have is the present, because we can't change anything that's already happened. It's already happened.
True.
And we don't know what's
True.
going to happen. Regardless of
No.
however you plan or map out, you don't know what's going to happen. So the only actual time that we have is now. And I tell people oftentimes, if you can't sit with yourself now,
Uh-huh.
you're not healed. And
True.
you have to heal. Now, I get where people say, "Oh, I want to heal from certain traumas," but leave it at that. When you use your words, use the word. Leave it at that. Don't say, "I don't want to heal. I want to heal traumas of the past." You can't heal things in the past; they've already happened.
No.
You want to heal things as they are.
You want to heal things. Okay, so let me tell you where I disagree with you. It is a way of healing things from the past. If you're hitting certain things that you say, okay, let me show you. I'll show you this book that I'm reading. Hold on. I'll show the world this book that I'm reading. So I'm here. I'm reading this book. It's called The Inner Work of Relationships, an invitation to heal your inner child and create conscious relationships together. Right. So they talk about one of the childhood wounds. They say the wound. Say, let me see. Ah, okay, rejection. Bingo.
Hmm.
They say the wound of rejection and feeling rejected, neglected, abandoned, or shame. And this they talk about where it could have came from, what it caused you to do, how it caused yourself and your spirit to respond and act. Is more so depicting towards, okay, we'll talk about it as we're having a family conversation. So
Yeah.
the stuff I've been through, right? You know what I've dealt with.
Yeah.
Now, on your own care and awareness, you see I ain't repeating none of that shit, that stuff, right?
Hmm.
Even with my kids, I ain't. That's what that means with healing your inner child. You get it? Like. those, and when you pick up on those red flags, that's even yourself of a red flag. Those are little things that you may have picked up on from something in your childhood that's showing up and resurfacing. The spirit itself is a memory. So
Yeah.
it remembers certain stuff when certain stuff is triggered. If you with this narcissist and you know for a fact that this narcissist is now triggering you, now you done turned into a narcissist because you now mirroring.
Well,
True?
again, you have to remember, okay, we are all narcissistic.
Very much so. Oh, very so so. Okay.
All
So let's talk
humans
about
are.
accountability. Okay, come on, we finna move on.
That's the difference maker. That's the separator.
All right, here we go.
But
So we don't heal. Hold on.
accountability is something that has to be warranted within oneself, though. Someone
Very
else
much so
can't hold
true.
you accountable. Only you can hold yourself.
True.
Other people can hold
Say
you
that.
to account. Okay, they can hold you to account. Hey, did you know that this is foul because these are what our laws are? That's what happens when you go to court.
Hold on. I'm so
Mhm,
glad you said what your laws are. Do you know that each person in this world is living by the law of themselves? So if
mhm.
you're living by the law of yourselves, how can you hold yourself accountable without shame if that person is legitimately saying that you ain't being held accountable for the way that you think they supposed to be held accountable?
And see,
Say it again.
that's the beautiful
Say it
thing
again.
about that's the beautiful thing about narcissism, though, is narcissists don't want to be confronted with their bullshit because they know
Oh
they own
no.
bullshit. They know it, and when you go to fight that, like this is actually something that I talk about in my upcoming series, the Bad Decision Breakup Club. I mean Breakup Plan, because people are doomed to repeat their actions. They're doomed to repeat bad decisions because life is all about choice.
True.
And oftentimes people make bad decisions, and it sets them on a pattern, a continuous cycle. So once
True.
you learn how to one, identify the bad decisions that you're making, and then two, in fullness. But again, that's also always in the present. Now, like I said, I don't, I wouldn't term it. Yeah, maybe that's what I should say. I wouldn't term it as me healing my inner child as much
Okay.
as I would term it as reconciling poor choices that I made that brought me to this point.
Amen. There you go.
Uh,
Inner child. That's a form of inner child. Hold
yeah.
on. Let me okay. So look, accountability without shame. We
Hmm.
don't heal by blaming. We heal by understanding the patterns we've carried that made the wounds accessible.
Okay.
Radical honesty, boundaries, slowing down emotional attachments, not rushing connections, listening to your nervous system. Okay, so look, I'm gonna be 1,000 right now. I'm in I'm in a battle of 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 one thinking and saying that I personally am not holding myself accountable for something. Now, not rushing the connection. This is something that, like, yeah, I get it. I'm with it. I understand it. Slowing down the emotional attachment. I'm with it. And at that point right now, listening to my nervous system, wanting to hold boundaries because it's like I'm not blaming anybody. I'm holding myself accountable without shame to blame myself, you know? I'm present. I am present. I'm not there anymore. I'm not, right there anymore. I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that version anymore. I'm not that energy anymore. I'm now in a whole different energy. So if I'm in a different energy, let me be in a different energy, right? Fair enough.
Okay.
How is that? Is that not holding? Is that not a person holding themselves accountable?
Yes and no.
Because they said we're not. I'm not. We're healing by understanding the pattern. If I understood, I carried a pattern in a wound that made the wound accessible. How is
So
that?
one of the lessons in my class is
Mm,
speaks about boundaries and standards. Okay.
okay. Ah. Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What people what people misunderstand about boundaries and standards are those are things that are meant to govern your actions,
Mm.
not the other person's, because you can't
Okay.
control what someone else does.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
You can't control the actions of another. The only thing you can control is yourself. So because all you can control is yourself, your boundaries are the things that you will and will not allow in your life. Your
Mm-hmm.
standards are the things that you will and will not tolerate for yourself to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, um, a boundary would be I'm not dating anyone isn't self established,
Mm.
meaning that they don't have their own house, their own car, their own job, means of making money legally, then I that's not something I want to get involved in. I've been
Right.
involved in that before. I don't want to be involved in that because I understand that
Right. Because you
there's
have a standard now. Right. You have a standard. That's you.
precisely
That's you expect. You're expecting. You have a standard for yourself and what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. Then on top of it, you're setting a boundary. You're giving a boundary and what you're not going to cross on your boundary immediately, and you're crossing and you're making sure you're setting your standard.
because
But
again,
not everybody do that
but see that's because they think that boundaries and standards are for other people to meet.
though.
They're not
Mm-hmm.
for anyone else to meet. They're for you to meet. They're for you to upkeep. Again, because you cannot control someone else. People are,
Mm.
but the thing, but the
But but so
goes with
then
it.
so that mean that it sounds like, I mean, how would you say, you just said something, how would you say that a person one is trying to control the other person then, or try to control the situation or something then, since you bring up that.
All right, say you're dating someone and
Hey.
this person, okay, the toilet seat. Okay, let's just use the toilet seat for instance. Now, most women would prefer the men let the toilet seat down after they get done peeing because they don't want you to pee on the seat. We get though. Some men say, "Why the fuck would I let it down? You can let it down yourself." If I got to let it up when I go in there and pee, you can let it down when you go in there and pee. Okay.
Okay.
Now, there are instances where women would get angry with a man because he won't let the seat down. Y'all look,
I've heard about it, but
yeah,
I'm not like that. I don't.
but that's
That's
what I'm
like
saying,
I.
right?
Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay.
That getting angry because somebody else didn't do something that you were expecting to be done.
Mhm.
That's an
Something
example.
minute. That's the most minute thing you can
It
say.
may be minute. Okay, it may seem minute, but one, we can't judge what is major and minor to someone else. We can only judge what's major and minor to us. Like to you and me, it's minute because I'm gonna tell you in an instant.
Say that.
Nigga, if I gotta let this heat up to go pee, you better learn to let this some bitch down when you got to go pee. It's gonna be an action swinging in this motherfucker some way. Hell, even if you mad about having to let the bitch down, be mad, scratch your ass and get glad. 'Cause, God damn it, it ain't like I'm demanding that you leave the toilet seat up for me. What the fuck? Who the fuck goes
Okay.
and puts a demand on how someone leaves a toilet seat.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Okay,
But
so this next part.
that's how you that's an example of someone imposing a standard onto someone else. That ain't got nothing to do with them. That's you and your fucking weirdness. You want the toilet seat down? Say, hey, listen, I would love it if you would let the toilet seat down for me because I don't want to have to go through letting it down myself. I may be in a rush. And because I have to take my pants all the way down, it's a bit more work for me. Could you help me
Oh,
out?
I think
Boom.
you. I think you. I think you about to. I think you about to like this next topic real quick. So, how do narcissists identify their target? Narcissists don't have intuition; they have radar for unhealed souls.
I actually just
Overgivers, overgivers, abandonment wounds. It says it's a who people who confuse intensity with intimacy, who stay quiet to keep the peace, who raised by an emotional, unavailable parents.
mm.
Mm, mm, heavy. Okay, I need some audience participation or something. I need to. Woo. That's heavy. Yeah, that's true. So man,
Now, one question you did send to me earlier that
hmm,
I really wanted to dig into because it's a very useful discussion. And you
mm,
asked, why do empaths attract narcissists?
why is that?
So
I am
em-
such an empath.
empaths are
Let me
naturally
tell you.
compassionate. Okay, they are. You all are you're very in tune to other people's, their emotional states. And
Immediately.
because you guys have that deep desire to heal and help, you provide them with unlimited unlimited empathy and emotional supply. They can feed off of that.
Mm,
Because empaths really put forth an effort to see the good in other people. Okay, a narcissist is going to say, "Oh, that means that I can
it's a
test
game.
boundaries
Mm,
and you know, damn near not even have any consequences. I can push all of her envelopes and she gonna always see the good in me." Sheesh. That's like taking a 4-year-old to Disneyland and giving them unlimited money. They buying the whole joint. They
mm,
buying the whole joint. And to come to how do you stop that? Or even more so, how do you fight that?
mm-hmm,
Is you have to, well, one is setting those boundaries, establishing the boundaries, and being clear and being consistent about them, right? The second move, okay, would be make sure the consequences are real. They have to be real, they have to be specific. You can't just give some blanket shit that you've been giving to somebody else. And they have to be non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. They had,
mm.
if you're
And
gonna
they
do,
have to be a hard non-negotiable.
they have to be very actionable. Like, nigga, if you don't stop doing this, I'm going to, I'm going to leave you. Because narcissists, again, they will test limits.
So why do they okay, hold on. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to this my question. I'll hold that one in my head.
Mhm.
Okay, so the red flags that we carry. Okay, the red flags that it'll say the empaths carry is moving too fast emotionally, basically opening up too fast emotionally to narc.
Mhm.
Ignoring your intuition when you first learn certain things.
Mhm.
Um, Feeling unworthy unless you're needed. Um, what do you say? Falling for potential instead of reality and seeing it right away. Believe you can fix someone. Think so. Whatever they tell you, you can fix them and nurture them and empathically love them and all that good stuff. Feeling safe when things are calm and not wanting to be alone are a lot of empaths red flags.
Mhm. People
And
pleasing.
it comes from that inner child though. Father wounds, mother wounds, parent wound, whatever wound, it comes from that. That's where that inner child stuff be coming. And you're attracted to them. That's how they catch you. You want to open up, you want to tell, you can use discernment. Um Shoot. When your
What?
nervous system get triggered, when you healing and your nervous system get triggered though, that's the you self-awareness, you notice the patterns, you notice your nervous system is getting triggered, your boundaries are getting triggered, and then you trying to choose peace over chaos.
Well, there's a flip side to that
Okay, I'm waiting. What up?
because you you got to know the difference between whether if you're an empath, are you empathetic sensitive or are you toxic empathetic?
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Classy. Speak your stuff. Go ahead. I
See,
want to hear this one.
toxic empathy is defined when you will over identify with other people's emotional pain to the point
Mm.
that you neglect your own self and well-being.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See that, and that's what it's those things that that burn you out. They make it difficult for you to establish clear boundaries. They make everything muddy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, those are when you start to begin to enabling harmful behaviors. So
Mm.
that's where the overwhelming feeling of fixing other people's problems, that's where
Mm-hmm.
that comes from.
Hmm.
And more people are probably, especially more empaths are probably toxic empathetic than they realize.
I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna
Yeah.
lie. I gotta tell the truth and shit. You're gonna hold yourself accountable. Let's hold ourselves accountable.
But that's a part of that's what a part that's what's a big part of the healing because
Mm-hmm.
it's yes, you are aware of the actions of the past. Okay. And this is
Mm-hmm.
why I say that you're not necessarily healing the past, but you're healing in general. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, you want to keep everything present.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're recognizing the patterns and you're being triggered in the current and being able to begin the process of healing is
Mm-hmm.
always a current thing.
True.
Like when I tell people that I am deconstructing, right? I have been
Okay.
deconstructing for nearly 20 years.
Whew. It's been, let's see, it's been about 11 for me. Yeah.
But these things, these processes are ongoing. And because they're ongoing, you have to always think of them in the current moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I often tell people that
Mm-hmm.
I don't like talking to very many people because I have a rather wide perspective on life. And I use the term wide because most people, and I don't mean to single any particular religion out, but especially within the Abrahamic religions, most people that believe those things are they are trapped in this ongoing cycle, but they're seeing very narrow. You know,
Mm.
church all the time. You got to put your blinders on.
I
And see,
mean, I can't even. I wouldn't even blame it on the church. It's people
I
like
blame
that.
it. Nope, I'm blaming it on the church because they're the ones that perpetuate it.
Ah,
Okay, and that's
okay.
it. And it doesn't matter. You can be Jewish, you can be Muslim, you can any of the Abrahamic religions. They all do
Mm-hmm.
this. Okay,
Mm.
and they all tell you that you should keep your eyes on Jesus, keep your eyes on Jesus, keep your eyes on God. No, you're missing a lot that's happening around you. We have almost 300 and I mean almost 290 degrees of vision with our peripheral. That's a lot of things to see going on the side, to the left of you and to the right of you.
Mm-hmm.
And macro level thinkers, we see that why we see that width.
Mm.
Yeah, we're the type of people that can see the forest and know that there are trees in the forest and work on getting through the forest. Fuck the trees. They're trees. That's why it's a forest. We're in a forest. We got to get past these trees. But most people will see a tree in front of them. And then they turn their head and they see a tree over there. Then they turn to this side and see a tree over there. And they're like, damn, there's a lot of trees around me. The whole damn time, not realizing, fool, you're in a fucking forest. You too busy concentrating on each individual fucking tree. Fuck all of these trees. Fuck all of these
I
trees.
can't stand you.
I try to cut this
Okay.
shit down to get through it.
Exactly. Okay, so look, how empaths. So now we know that we have two types of empaths.
Mhm.
It's a lot of different type of empaths too. We just ain't got on all of those. How to stop attracting these narcissists. First of all, we've been talking about it. Healing those abandonment wounds. Dating slower when getting to
Mm,
know people slower,
nope.
taking more time,
The things that you're
listening to your
talking.
into hold on, listening to your intuition,
Mhm.
stop trauma bonding, build boundaries, stop trying to save people, and choose consistency over chemistry.
Now, the one thing that you said that I got to push back on,
Why? What?
dating
What
slower.
and why? Oh, okay. I wanted this is now this is
Okay.
I feel like what you finna say.
Dating fast or slow doesn't matter
No, I really don't. Mm, 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 mm,
because
mm, mm.
whether it's 10 days or 10 years in, a
True.
narcissist will all there's only so long the fake thugs can pretend. Like I said, whether it be 10 days or 10 years, the spell wears off.
Okay.
Some narcissists are better than others. Some con men are better than others. Look at the one that's in the White House. Him and his whole squad. I just read a story a few minutes ago about our current Homeland Security Secretary, Christy Nolan. And they're saying that she's funneled $220 million of taxpayer money into a company that she owns. Or rather, let me be specific, has connections to.
No. See, you is the type of person that keep us woke and on the streets at the same time. Well, we are not broken. We are awakened. Your red flags are not shameful. They are blueprints to your healing. You
Hmm.
once you heal, narcissists cannot reach you anymore. So continue
And
to
it's not
keep
that they're not going
healing.
to try it. That's one thing you got to stress. It's not that they're not going to try because they're definitely going to try it.
Try what? When you healing?
Yeah, they definitely going to try you.
While you
They wouldn't
healing?
be narcissistic if they didn't try you. Like for
But
real.
what about so how do you so what do you do when the narc trigger you back when you're healing?
But that's just the thing. They're going to trigger you.
Uh-huh. How you break the cycle?
You stick to your boundaries. You make sure that you are up on your self care. You temper your responses to other people's pain,
Mm.
and
Mm.
you practice emotional balance yourself.
Ooh. I say to add to what you said, also trust your intuition again.
Hmm.
Choose partners from healing, not from trauma. Um, what accountability really looks like within yourself, reparenting yourself sometimes because you got to get that together, rebuilding your identity, and like you said about boundaries, well, we're doing it without being feeling guilty about it. Empaths really have a hard time doing
You use the term parenting often. Okay,
that. Why? How?
listen, we're grown ups. We are the parents. Some of
This is
us.
true.
And because of such, you have to understand number one, you have never been the age that you are right now.
Never.
And because no one has ever lived your life before you, no one that has been your age can really give you any tips on how to be that age because they're not you.
True.
And
Say that again.
because no one you haven't been that age before, so you don't know what to do in this age. You are learning. You are in a constant state of learning. Again, that is staying present,
True.
right?
True.
In
So,
that
do you ever
constant,
trauma bonded with an art?
huh?
You ever trauma bonded with an art?
Once. I don't even know if it was
Hey.
really trauma bond because I don't really have much trauma that I'm not healed from already. I don't
Mm.
like what people misunderstand about Scorpios. If you have a Scorpio placement, what people miss about Scorpios is our ability to self-destruct. And people think that self-destruction is misguided, but what they don't understand is that self-destruction is a recreation. It's our process of healing ourselves,
Mm.
right? You cut off our stinger, you're going to kill the entire tail and grow a new one. Yeah, if you cut off a portion of our arm, we're going to tear off the entire arm and grow a new one.
Mm.
That's how you heal. Like I told somebody once that I think it's better. I think that in the future, if people lose a limb, so say you got to get part of your leg cut off, take the whole fucking leg, take the whole fucking leg, and give them another one. Don't nitpick at it. Don't nitpick at it. If you take a shit, are you gonna wipe your ass once? You still may have shit back there. Keep wiping till it's clean. Yeah, be total about it. If you gonna whoop somebody, you just gonna smack them one time and think they're gonna stop? No, you got to beat their ass to the ground. When they stop moving, then you stop.
Lord.
Totally. We in the digital age now. It's all or nothing.
Very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Very
And
much
what's
so.
sad though is
Hmm.
even in that zero sum statement, there's still room for fucking variance. It's still room for variance. Oxymoronic, isn't that? That's the
You know.
experience now.
Okay. Let me ask you a question about this. It just came to me.
Hmm.
What do you? How do? All right. If the empaths are targeted, right? Because they overgive too soon, ignore their red flags, rush emotional connections, confuses the love with passion or chaos with passion, have a savior complex and stay longer than they should, fall in love with potential and not reality, and they abandon themselves for that relationship, situationship, or whatever the heck it is. And it seems like it goes with men who don't heal, men who use ego as protection, men who want access but not responsibility, and men who love attention more than connection. And men who use loyalty and stuff as a way to keep that person trapped in a situationship. Okay, now speak
Hmm.
on it.
So one of the biggest things that narcissists have at their disposal is the act of compulsion, right?
Hmm.
They operate in a manner that is suggestive to the point where they can. You seen the movie Inception?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay, so they can almost make it seem as if they planted an idea in your head. They trick you into thinking that the moves are your idea. All
Okay, give me an example.
right, earlier I saw a post where this guy gave a 5 point plan on how to move into your woman's apartment without her knowing. Basically, homosexual 101.
What? I want to hear this.
Homosexual 101.
Dang.
Now, it it cracked me up when I saw it, but he laid it out. He laid it smooth out. Like, first, you do this. You start by increasing the frequency of you spending the night at her house. You go from maybe once or twice a week to 3 to 4 times a week. Then you bump that up to being there all weekend. The point is to get her used to you you being in her presence. Okay.
Oh,
Second is, yeah, step two. Step two is you start to leave certain things at her house. Nothing major, okay? But you couple step two with step three. And step three is increase her comfort. So that means when you're there, clean up her fucking house, um, cook her dinner, buy her groceries, okay? Yeah, drop some money on her motherfucking light bill or cable bill or something. Just say, hey, I was laying around. I just went ahead and took care of this for you. Increase her comfort, you know, make her feel like, oh, this nigga's actually help. He's contributing.
Okay.
Okay. Step four, leave a bag at her house. Uh, you tell her, oh, this is just some laundry. I want to do some laundry over here. But you just never take the bag out. Now, this ain't moving no furniture or nothing in. It's just a bag. Okay. Again, you have to make her comfortable with your presence in her peace.
Oh, in her peace.
Because home was her peace
Mm.
up.
Okay.
Number five, you bring your game and you leave your game at her house. Now, you're hoping, the hope is that through steps one through four, she asked you, why don't you just bring the game over here? And you're also hoping for either one, her to leave you sleep when she goes to work,
Mm.
or two, leaves you a key.
A key?
Mhm.
Mm. Okay.
Homosexual 101. That is narcissism in action.
Mm. Mm. And it's like the single moms are targeted, huh?
Hell yeah. Because you all have so much to give. You have so much love. There's so much feeling to give. Especially if you only got like one or two kids.
Mm. Then why do we mirror them? They show us parts of us that's not healed. We show them parts of them that's not healed.
Yeah. It's,
Why?
it's not
Why is that?
mirror, it's not mirror as you see yourself
Mm-hmm.
because you're not looking for it. You gotta remember, you never see yourself the way other people do.
True.
And only when those behaviors are put in front of you are you really
Mm-hmm.
cognizant of them. Outside of that, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Very much so true. Very much so true. That's how people, but people don't. But those are for people. The narcissist, a narcissist that doesn't know how to hold themselves accountable and blames others for everything in their life going wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like right now, I'm learning to
Mm.
I'm learning to be different, right? Not necessarily be the difference, because again, I'm working more so on controlling me.
Very much so. Clap
Yes.
that T. Say
And I'm
that.
and I'm really trying to stop controlling others.
Very much so true.
Whether it
And it ain't
be
even about it. It ain't even so much controlling others. Just trying to give a person advice. Like, I don't want to give you advice, and then that's how I'm at. I'm at with it. Like,
no,
because it comes
I
off
don't
as
mind the
control
advice.
or
I don't mind the advice because I know how to temper it.
right.
I know how
Okay,
to cut
right.
it
Me,
off.
right. That's for certain people.
Yeah,
But when
but
you
you're an
know,
empath. You are an empath. So because you're
very much
an
so.
empath, your whole you it's easier for you to kick into overfunction or slip into people pleasing quickly.
It
Uh,
is.
before you know it, the way your brain moves, okay, um,
Mm, 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 mm. Dippy, dippy, dippy. Mm.
you run into the problem where you sometimes you'll have this image where you want to be the good person,
Mm.
right? You always want to be a good person in other people's eyes, but then you start resenting people because they're not they're not reciprocating what you're giving. But that is you expecting you out of other people.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much. You don't even know. That's one thing about being the kid too that I fucking hate. Because I'm
Oh
like,
man, listen.
I'm never gonna like this is so annoying.
No, it's because you all are one of the stronger of the water signs.
Yeah, we really are.
Your connection to the deep water is sacral. It's
Do you know our connection to God is deeper than y'all?
of course you're a woman. You are the
Hmm.
co-creator. That
Mm.
that women are the co-creators of life on this planet, and I need people to understand that men aren't in charge of shit. We don't make shit. We can't make anything. We can build things, but women make things. You all make children. And I'm sure it will be somebody out there that will argue me down, talking about some, oh, well, I'm a man and I can have a child. Well, all humans, all fetuses start out as female. Congratulations, motherfucker. Shit.
First of all,
Like,
oh,
the fuck you
okay,
expect me to say?
first of all, I gotta
Congratulations.
hold on. I gotta let the audience know this is a real like this is just like talking to him on the phone for real. Like that's all we really doing right now. We just on live talking to y'all because this how we
Yeah.
be talking. Now, one, two, okay, yeah, that's true. You're
And I'm
right.
drunk too. I've been drinking all day. I was drinking all night yesterday. I didn't go to sleep till like 3 something this morning. Then I woke up and started drinking again. And then I ate breakfast and then I went and took another nap. And then I ate some.
Do you want to tell the world that you're why you're drinking? Because you
Um,
sound real. You sound crazy.
my birthday was on Tuesday. I just turned 45.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm drinking because my mother passed and
My
I'm
heart is so
sad. And drinking helps me not be as sad.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell the whole world about you right now. Hold on. You send me a message, not a text message on my phone. You send me a message on Instagram. That was the most non-serious, serious message that you could have ever sent me. I was like, how do I take him serious with anything?
You don't, because I'm serious. I'm not. Like people,
I don't think anybody in our family really is.
like I tell people all the time. Like, see, I was born in 1980, so I am at the very end of Generation X, and my mentality is pretty much everyone is stupid, right? And it's not to be insulting to anyone or offensive to anyone. It's just that's kind of how I see things because on the whole, our society is really, really, really behind. I'll say that we're behind, you know, especially here because, like, do you remember a couple months ago when everyone was fascinated with black people,
Yeah.
like, and black Scottish people? Yeah, black people are everywhere, all over the planet. But I can understand how people here in the United States don't know these things, right? These motherfuckers,
Because oh
they
Lord,
don't teach these things here.
no, they don't.
But watch this. There was a point in time when they did. Did you know? Okay, and I remember this because it was always one of the big sticking points to me when we learned about the history of the United States when I was in elementary school.
Hmm.
Okay, and I remember when we learned about the qualifications to be the president of the United States.
No, we are not having this conversation on my
Mm-mm.
live. No, no, no. I am shutting it down. It just over the hour. He is about to go into no, 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 no. Cousin, I love you so much. I thank you so much, y'all, for tuning in to us today. We talked narcissism and we talked a little extra. We will have Delwyn back on real soon. The
Yeah, I'm
king
coming back.
himself. We will
I
be back. He will be back soon. And he will be back. We will talk any of these topics you want to talk about. And until next time, I love y'all and peace out. Bye. Thank you.